Hello, wonderful students. We're on Chapter 11, Lesson 10. Chapter 11, Lesson 10, page number 857. And you'll know you're on the right page if you have this scary snake on it. Today we measured with the metric system yesterday using our trusty, where did it go? I was going to show you. Using our trusty centimeter and millimeter measurement. And today we're going to use that metric system to convert some units. And I will tell you guys, this is so much easier than our conversions. So let's take a look at it. It's cool because it's a decimal system of measurement. So to convert metric units, we're just going to multiply or divide by powers of 10. Hooray! That's a lot easier than our ounces to pounds, like divided by 16, or inches to yards divided by 36. So that's one of the reasons why the metric system is so awesome. Example 1. One of the largest recorded pythons, that must be him, measured 7.3 meters long. What is the length of the python in centimeters? So we're going to convert 7.3 meters to centimeter. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So we're going big to small, and yes, I want you to write this, multiply, small to big, divide. Same rules. It doesn't matter which system we're using, we use the same conversion rules. So 1 meter is 100, so we're going to do 7.3 times 100. So the way we can do that is we can multiply. You can multiply it out. 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 1 is 3, cross it off, add my 0, 7 times 0 is 0, 7 times 0 is 0, 7 times 1 is 7, add, and I bring my decimal over one spot. Or, if it's been a long time since we've done this, 7.3 times 100, you're going to do the facts, 1 times, just ignore the decimal for a second. 1 times 73 is 73. Add 2 zeros, and I have to move my decimal one place. There we go. 730. The python is 730 centimeters long. Here's some key concepts. 1 centimeter, we did this yesterday, is 10 millimeters. We did that yesterday. This distance right here is 10 millimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So we'd go 0 to 100 would give us a meter. And that would be 1,000 millimeters. Because of the powers of 10, we just add a 0. 100 to 1,000. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. And kilometers, KMs, are what they use in other countries instead of miles. They're like the miles equivalent in other countries. And here's some helpful things. A millimeter, that's right there, boop, 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 is about the thickness of a dime. A centimeter is about the width of your pinky finger. Look at that, there's my pinky finger, it's about 1. A meter is about the height of a doorknob. So when you reach a doorknob, from the doorknob to the floor, that's a meter. And a kilometer is about 6 city blocks. A kilometer is about 6 city blocks. So we're going to have to refer back to this metric units of length as we complete this lesson. Let's look at example 2. Rashonda has 50 dominoes. Each domino is 4 centimeters long. So here's one domino and it's 4 centimeters long. She lines them up as shown. How many meters is the line of dominoes? So she's got 50 of these. She's got 50. So first we're going to find the length in centimeters. So 50 times 4. So remember, I can do 5 times 4 is 20, and then I add a 0. So it's 200 centimeters total, but it wants to know how many meters it is. So we're going to convert 200 centimeters to meters. Since 1 meter is 100 centimeters, and if you forgot that, you can look back on the bottom of this page down here. We're going small to big, So we're going to divide. We're going to divide 200 divided by 100. 200 divided by 100 equals, and in case you've forgotten, dividing with powers of 10 is super fun because if you have zeros on each side, you get to cross them off. So this has a twin 0 on each side, and this has a twin. 2 divided by 1 is 2. So 200 centimeters equals 2 meters. The line of 50 dominoes is 2 meters long. Helpful hint: to divide by 10, 100, or 1,000, cross out the same number of zeros in both the dividend and the divisor. And that's what we just did. Okay, let's take a look. 5 meters is how many centimeters? Well, we know that there's 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So we're going meters big to centimeters small. We're going to multiply. 5 times 100. Well, I do 1 times 5, and then I add in any zeros. So 5 meters equals 500 centimeters. 9,000 meters is how many kilometers? We're going small to big. Kilometers are like miles almost. So we're going to small to big, we're going to divide. There's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So we're going to divide 9,000 divided by 1,000. I have zeros in both the dividend and the divisor, so I can cross this one out, it has a twin. This one out, it has a twin. And this one out, it has a twin. 9 divided by 1 is 9. So 9,000 meters equals 9 kilometers. Okay, let's take a look at the independent practice. Let's take a look at the independent practice. We're going to go to number 3. Number 3. 700, oops, sorry about that. 700 centimeters is how many meters? Centimeters, remember, are little. Meters are big. So we're going small to big. We're going to divide. And let's just write the other one. Big to small, multiply. That way we don't forget for the others. So 700 centimeters is how many meters? Well, I know that there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So I'm going to divide 700 divided by 100. Now I have zeros in my dividend and divisor, so I can cross them out. That's a twin. And that's a twin. So 7 divided by 1 is 7. Okay, we've got millimeters to meters. Millimeters are the smallest. And you can look back at your chart and see how many millimeters are in a meter. It's 1,000. So we can write that down. There's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. So we're going small, teeny tiny, to big. So we're going to divide 8,500 divided by 1,000. So now I've got zeros. I can cross off my twins. I have a 0 and a 0 and a 0 and a 0. Now I cannot cross off another 0 here. So I just have to do 85 divided by 10. Now there's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to show you the long way. 85 divided by 10. Which number always goes in the house? The first number always goes in the house. 10 goes into 85 8 times. I'm going to put my decimal in and annex a 0 and bring it down. 10 goes into 55 times with 0 remainder. So 8.5. Now that is the answer. But I'm going to show you the fast way. We now have 85 divided by 10. We're going to get smaller. My decimal point is really right there. I have 1 0. I can move the decimal 1 place to get 8.5. Once I've ran out of zeros to cross off, I can begin moving decimals. It takes a little bit of time to get used to that. Okay, let's do number 5. 15 15 kilometers equals how many meters? Kilometers are big. They're like the mile. So we're going big to small. So we're going to multiply. How many, let's see. So kilometers to meters. 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. There are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So we're going to multiply 15 times 1,000. Now remember, we can do 15 times 1 and add in the zeros. 1, 2, 3. 15,000 meters. 15 kilometers is 15,000 meters. Okay, let's do number 6. I went over it just a little, but we can still see it. 73,000 meters is how many kilometers? We're going meters small to kilometers very big. There's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. We just wrote that fact down right there. So we're doing 73,000 divided by 1,000. I'm dividing. I have zeros in the dividend and the divisor. I can cross off twins. I have a 0 here, a 0 here. A 0 here, a 0 here, a 0 here, a 0 here. 73 divided by 1 is 73. The division in the metric system is a lot easier. Okay, 2.71 meters is how many millimeters? Okay, let's go back and look. There's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. There is, let's write this down, 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. So that means meters are bigger. So we're going big to small, we multiply. 2.71 times 1,000. Now, some of you guys have probably forgotten this, but our rule is still the same when you have a decimal point, but you have to move the decimals. So I'm going to put in 271,000, but my decimal point was here. I moved it 3 zeros, so I have to go 1, 2, 3. I have to move it 3 places because there were 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3, because we're going times 10 times bigger, times 10 times bigger, times 10 times bigger. So the answer is 2,710 millimeters. And if you don't believe me on that, you can watch Mrs. Bodell do some multiplication. Start with my ones. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. I'm done. Cross it off. Write my 0. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 1 is 1. Cross it off, and I write 2 zeros this time because I'm filling those places. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 is 1. Or 2 times 1 is 1. Add 0 plus 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 0, 1 plus 0 plus 0, 7, and 2. And now I move it 2 spaces, bump, bump. There's my same answer, 2,710. We did this at the beginning of the year, but it's been a very long time, so if you feel like you didn't remember this, that is okay. Okay, number 8, 9.2 meters equals how many centimeters? Well, I know that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So we're going big measurements, big long meter to small centimeters, big to small multiply. So I have 9.2 times 100. So I like to rewrite the whole thing without the decimal at this point. Or you can even start it there, 9.2, and then we have 2 zeros, 0, 0. And now, because I had that decimal and I'm getting bigger, I have to move it 2 places. 1, 2. 920. 920 centimeters. You've got 100 times bigger. 10 times 10. 100 times bigger. Okay, number 9. 17.5 millimeters is how many centimeters? Millimeters are teeny, teeny, tiny, tiny. So we're going small to big. We're going to divide. How many millimeters are in 1 centimeter? 10. So we're going to divide 17.5 divided by 10. And when we divide with the decimal, we write the number, and our decimal moves one place to make the number smaller. Oh, it stuck to me. 1.750 centimeters. 1.750 centimeters. We move our decimal to the left to make it smaller. We're dividing. It's got to get smaller. If we moved it the other way, it'd go from 17 to 175. That's getting bigger. Number 10, 0.509 kilometers equals how many meters? Well, I know that 1 kilometer equals, let's check, make sure we're right, 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. We're going big to small. We're going to multiply. So we have 0.509 times 1,000. Now remember, you can write out your number, 0.509. Now add your zeros, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to move the decimal those 3 places. So it was here, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 509. 509 meters. Okay, let's do some comparisons, you guys. Which is bigger, 30 centimeters or 300 millimeters? Well, there's 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. So we'll go big to small, multiply. 30 times 10. 3 times 1 is 3, and I have 2 zeros. It's the same. 300 millimeters equals. So 30 centimeters equals 300 millimeters. 4.8 kilometers and 4,800 meters. So let's do big to small. I think it's easier to multiply. Big to small. So there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So 4.8 times 1,000. So I can add in my 3 zeros, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to move that decimal 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. So it's 4,800 and 4,800. Another equals, you guys. What on earth? 25 millimeters and 3 centimeters. Well, centimeters is the bigger one. I know that there's 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 10 to get 30 millimeters. So which is bigger? The 3 centimeters. Kilometers to meters. So there's 1,000 meters in each kilometer. 9 times 1 is 9, so 9,000. This is 9,000 meters. Which one is bigger? 9 kilometers. 1.5 meters is how many centimeters? There's 100 centimeters in each meter. So 1.5 times 100. I can add my zeros, and I have to move the decimal 2 places bigger. So 1, 2. 150. So which is bigger? 1.5 meters, just barely. Last one, you guys, and you're done for the day. 17 meters versus 116 centimeters. 17 meters versus 116 centimeters. Well, there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So we're going to multiply 17 times 1, those facts right there, and then add 2 zeros. Holy moly, that's way bigger. 1,700 versus 116. Nice work, you guys. I know this is a little bit tricky. You guys are doing a great job. Don't give up. Keep up the good work.